Hey there, food lovers. Today we're diving into the wonderful world of bread, but not just any bread. We're making crispy bread rolls right in our kitchens. These rolls are amazing. They are soft on the inside and they have this incredible crunch on the outside. Whether you're a seasoned baker or just starting out, this recipe is for you. We'll go through each step together. Get ready for a fun and delicious baking adventure. Before we start baking, let's gather our ingredients. It's important to have everything ready and measured out before we begin. This will make the process smoother and more enjoyable. Don't worry, we're using simple things you can find in your pantry. No need for any fancy or hard-to-find items, just the basics that you probably already have at home. Flour, this is our base. We'll use all-purpose flour for our bread rolls. It's versatile and gives our rolls a nice texture. Make sure to measure it accurately for the best results. Yeast. This magical ingredient makes our rolls nice and airy. Active dry yeast is what we'll be using. It helps the dough rise and gives it that wonderful, fluffy texture. Water. We need water to wake up the yeast and bring our dough together. The temperature of the water is crucial. It should be warm but not too hot to activate the yeast properly. Sugar. A little bit of sugar helps the yeast do its job and adds a touch of sweetness. It feeds the yeast, helping it to grow and create that light, airy texture in our rolls. Salt. Salt is important for flavor. It balances out the sweetness and enhances the taste. Without it, our bread rolls would taste flat and bland. Oil. We'll use a little bit of oil to make our dough soft and pliable. It also helps to keep the rolls moist and tender, giving them a lovely texture. Now let's get our hands dirty. Making bread rolls from scratch is a rewarding experience, and it all starts with the right ingredients and techniques. In a large bowl, we'll combine our dry ingredients, flour, sugar, and salt. These are the building blocks of our bread rolls. Make sure to mix them well. This ensures that the sugar and salt are evenly distributed throughout the flour. Next, we'll activate our yeast. Yeast is a living organism that helps our dough rise. In a separate bowl, we'll combine warm water and a pinch of sugar. The sugar acts as food for the yeast, helping it to activate. Sprinkle the yeast over the water and let it sit for a few minutes. This process is called proofing the yeast. You'll see it getting foamy. That means it's alive and kicking. This foam indicates that the yeast is active and ready to work its magic. Now we'll add the foamy yeast mixture to our dry ingredients. This is where the transformation begins. Mix everything together until it forms a shaggy dough. This initial mix might look rough, but it's an important step. Kneading is like giving our dough a good workout. It helps to develop the gluten strands. It helps develop the gluten, which gives our bread rolls their structure and chewiness. The more you knead, the better the texture. We'll knead for about 10 minutes, or until the dough is smooth and elastic. This is the sign that our dough is ready for the next step. After kneading, we'll let the dough rest and rise. This resting period allows the yeast to ferment and the dough to double in size, making it light and airy. Once the dough has risen, we'll punch it down to release the gas bubbles. This step ensures an even texture in our final bread rolls. Finally, we'll shape the dough into rolls and place them on a baking sheet. After a final rise, they'll be ready to bake to golden perfection. And there you have it, the foundation of a good bread roll. Fresh, homemade, and absolutely delicious. Section 4. Shaping and baking from dough to deliciousness. This is where the magic truly begins. Our dough is ready for its transformation. After resting, it has become soft and pliable, perfect for shaping. We'll divide it into equal-sized portions. This ensures that each roll bakes evenly and has a consistent texture. Then we'll shape each portion into a smooth ball. This step is crucial for achieving that perfect round shape. Place the balls on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. This prevents them from sticking and makes cleanup easier. Make sure to leave some space between them because they'll grow in the oven. This spacing allows for even baking and prevents them from merging. Now, here's a little secret for extra crispy rolls. Brush the tops with a mixture of water and oil. This step adds a delightful crunch to the crust. This will create a beautiful golden crust. The contrast between the crispy exterior and the soft interior is simply irresistible. Finally, it's time to bake. Preheat your oven to the right temperature to ensure the rolls cook perfectly. We'll bake our rolls in a preheated oven until they're puffed up and golden brown. Keep an eye on them to avoid overbaking. The aroma will fill your kitchen and make your mouth water. Let them cool slightly before enjoying the deliciousness. Section 5. The secret to crispy perfection. Tips and tricks. Want to take your crispy bread rolls to the next level? Here are a few tips and tricks. For a softer crust, brush the tops with milk instead of water and oil. To add an Asian touch, sprinkle some sesame seeds on top before baking. Let the rolls cool completely on a wire rack before serving. This will help them retain their crispiness. Section 6. Conclusion. Share your bread roll journey. Congratulations on baking your very own crispy bread rolls. They're perfect for sandwiches, dipping in soups, or enjoying on their own. I hope you love this recipe. If you give it a try, be sure to share your experience in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more delicious recipes. Happy baking!